Hello, welcome again. We are solving GATE 2022 Mechanical Engineering Paper 1, question number 63. A steady flow, two-dimensional flow field is specified by the C function psi is equal to kx cube y, where x and y are in meter and constant k is 1 meter per meter square per second. The magnitude of acceleration at point x, y is equal to 1 meter, 1 meter is dash meter per second square. Round up to two decimal places. So psi is equal to k x cube y and k is your 1. So psi will be x cube y. Okay. And velocity in y direction in terms of psi is given as curly c by curly x, and velocity in x direction in terms of psi is given as minus curly psi by curly x. So curly psi by curly x is your 3x square y and this is your minus x square. Okay. Now acceleration in x direction is ax is equal to dux by dt, and it will be equal to partial differentiation of u with respect to x, then curly x by curly t, then curly ux by curly y, and curly y by curly t, and curly u by x by curly t. So curly ux by curly x is minus 3x square, okay, differential of this, and curly x by curly t is just minus x cube, and x is not the function of y, so so this term will be 0, and x is sorry ux is not the function of y, so this term will be 0, and ux is not the function of t, so this term will be 0. So at 1 1 the ax will be the 3. Similarly in y direction we can find out ay, so that is duy by dt. So curly u by curly x, curly x by curly t, and curly u by curly x y by curly t, and curly u by curly t. So this quantity is 0 because it is not a function of x. So curly u by curly x is this differentiation of this. So that will be 6xy, and curly x by curly t is just u, that is minus x cube. Okay, and this is, and its differentiation of y is 3x square, and because this is your 3x square y, and curly y by curly t is your b, so that is 3x square y. Putting x equal to 1, y equal to 1, we get a y is equal to minus 6 plus 9, that is 3. So we have ax 3 and ay as 3, so resultant acceleration will be your 3 square plus 3 square root, or that is 4.24. Answer is 4.2. Next, consider a solid slab thermal conductivity K is equal to 10 watt per meter per degree Kelvin, and with thickness 0.2 meter and of infinite extent in the other two direction as shown in the figure. Surface 2 at 300 Kelvin is exposed to a fluid flow at a free stream temperature T infinity of 293 with a convective heat transfer coefficient H of 100 watt per meter square per degree Kelvin. Surface 2 is opaque, diffuse and grey with an emissivity Xi of 0.5 and exchanges heat by radiation with very large surrounding at 0 degree Kelvin. The relative heat transfer inside the solid slab is neglected. The Stephen Boltzmann constant is 5.67 10 to the minus 8 watt per meter square per degree per Kelvin for temperature T and of the surface 1 and of the slab under steady state condition is dash Kelvin, round up to nearest unit. So this is the figure given. This is surface 1, this is surface 2. This is a fluid having temperature 293 Kelvin, and this is and conductivity coefficient 100 watt per meter square. And this is the surrounding temperature, and with this the radiation heat transfer is taking place with respect to surface 2. Okay. Now the heat transfer taking place from the surface to this fluid and to this surrounding. Okay, so the total heat transfer is Q convection plus Q radiation. So that is per unit area is because this is infinite, so we are taking unit area. Okay, so this will be H T2 minus T infinity. So T2 minus T infinity, T2 is 300 and H is 100, T infinity is 293, and there is radiation heat transfer. So emissivity is given as 0.5, and sigma is given, and T2 is given, and T surrounding is given. So this is the radiation heat transfer. So we can solve this, and so the Q2 is 9 to 9.635 watt per meter square. So that is the heat transfer from this surface, and heat is coming from the surface one to transfer and then transferring to this, and then the heat is transferred to this fluid and to the surrounding. So the heat coming from 1 to 2 will be equal to Q2, and uh, this heat is flowing due to conduction. So the heat flow will be Q, heat flow per unit area is K T1 magnitude by X, and Q2 is your, we have found out that 9 to 9.6. Okay, so from this we can find out T1 magnitude, and X is zero point 0.2 meter. Okay, and K is also given, and K is 10. So from this we have we can find out T1. Okay, this is coming out as 18.5, and its temperature is 300. So T1 is 318.59. One Kelvin. One Kelvin. Next, during open heart surgery, a patient's blood is cooled down to 25 degrees Celsius from 37 degrees Celsius using concentric tube counterflow heat exchanger. Water enters the heat exchanger at 4 degrees Celsius and leaves at 18 degrees Celsius. Blood flow rate during the surgery is 5 liters per minute. Use the following fluid properties. So this is fluid, blood and water, and density 1050 and 1000, and specific is 3740 and 4200. The effectiveness of heat exchanger is dash round up to 2 decimal places. So blood flow rate is given as 5 liters per minute, or it is 5 10 to minus 3 meter cube per minute. 1 liter is equal to 10 to minus 3 meter cube. Okay. So mass of the blood flow per minute is, as density of the blood is given, that is 1050. So mass flow rate is 1050 into this volume. Okay, and specific heat of the blood is also given, that is 3740. Okay, so the heat capacity is md into cpb will be this 19635. Okay, and as heat is transferred from the blood to heat transfer takes place between blood and water. So this is the heat of the blood and heat lost by the blood, and this is the heat lost by the blood, and this is the heat gained by the water. Okay, so from this we can find out this should be equal. From this we can find out CPW. So that is the heat capacity of water. So that is 16830. So this comes out as this is less than CPB. So this is the minimum specific heat. Okay. So now we know that the effectiveness is actual heat transfer by maximum possible heat transfer. Actual heat transfer is can be either of these two. So suppose we are taking CPW 18 minus this 18 minus 4. Okay, and the maximum possible heat transfer is we will take minimum of these two. Minimum of these two is CPW, and we will take maximum temperature minus minimum temperature. So maximum temperature here is 37 and minimum temperature is 4. So putting this value, so CPW will cancel out. So answer will be 0.42. Okay.